What's up, kind people of YouTube? My name is Ahmed, and welcome back to a review. As you've read the title, I'm talking about Andor Season 2. And right off the bat, I have to tell you, Andor is not just great Star Wars TV, it's great TV in general. Okay, now that I've got that off my chest, I want to talk about why Andor works and why it doesn't. But before that, I have one point to make. As you know, I'm a big Star Wars fan and I was a big Andor Season 1 fan as well. And one of the biggest questions that I had was, will they be able to follow up Andor Season 1 with a great Season 2 that forms a bridge between Andor Season 1 and Rogue One? I have to tell you, they did a great job with that. We finally get Cassian's complete trilogy with Andor Season 1, Andor Season 2 and Rogue One. We see him go from a self-serving survivor in the era of Empire to a selfless rebel that actually makes a difference in the kind of work that he's doing. Andor Season 2 basically sets up all of that and it does it brilliantly. There are 4 reasons why it works: the story arc, the character development, the direction and visuals of how the show comes together, and the dialogues for the show. Let's begin with the story arc and the plot points, and it does a great job in showing you anything and everything that is not lightsaber involved. Basically, Star Wars, when I was growing up, it was all lightsaber fights and flashy CGI to show us the story. Yes, I grew up with the prequel trilogy and that was all Star Wars was for us as kids. But as I grew up, Star Wars had to grow up as well, and I think it's done a really good job in doing that. Of course, I saw Star Wars A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back and The Return of the Jedi much later, and I as an adult was able to enjoy it as much because there were fewer CGI fights and more storytelling, and that's what Andor also imbibes into the show. It's less about the flashy CGI effects and the different CGI characters that are involved, and it's more grounded, it's more human, and that's what makes Andor Season 2 great. The next thing that works for it has great character development, because in Season 1 we see Cassian who just wants to survive and be selfless, and we see these various different characters, Mon Mothma and the other rebels that are working within the system of the Empire to take down the Empire, and we meet them as people and not as senators and not as politicians. See the kind of fear that the Empire actually strikes into them without actually ever showing Emperor Palpatine. We see the kind of people that have worked with the Emperor to create that level of fear, the bureaucracy, the red tape, and all of the things that work against it. The fact that a lot of people don't understand that Star Wars is political, please, Star Wars has always been political. It will always, it's in the name, alright? Star Wars. It's not Star Trek, it's Star Wars. It has always been political. The third thing that really works for the show is the direction and the visual style. Now, you could argue that a lot more CGI and a lot more fights would have created a more of an impact, but I'll be very honest, the fact that the visual grounding of the show and the way that the show has been told to all of us, and the style of the show with political scenes and a lot of characters that worked with that political scene, makes the show what it is. I was excited about political scenes in the show. I was excited about people sitting in a room and talking. I'm a Star Wars fan, that's not usual for us. The last reason why the show works is the dialogues and how well they are written. There are so many moments in the show where each dialogue has an implication. The way it is delivered, it has an implication. There are great moments in the show, there are great dialogues in the show, be it Cassian, be it Mon Mothma, or be it Luthen, who delivers probably one of the best moments in Season 2, deliver the kind of dialogues that he has, and he creates that real feeling of hope and rebellion for all of us to follow. That is why I think this is one of the better Star Wars content, and I'm probably going to go back and watch this again. I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you liked this review, and I will see you in the next one really soon.